System 1 loaded.
Hi guys, it's me, Ryan Quito, and welcome to my channel. For today's vlog, we are going to talk about computer. We all know that computer plays vital role in our life, changes the way we live. That is very important nowadays because it can accomplish many tasks easily. Today, computer has become an important element in the life of the individual of all ages, especially us, the young generation that carry out a lot of work with the help of a computer. So let's now walk through the computer world. What is computer? Computer is an electronic hardware device that operates and functions under the control of instructions called program that is stored in its memory. This means that they can perform certain tasks without continual human input. It is designed to accept data, perform prescribed mathematical and logical operations at high speed, and display the results of these operations. Now, the word computer refers to the devices that we use to interact, work, and play. But do you know, computer is historically described as machines that were used in performing calculations with number. So we will study the evolution of the earliest devices used for computation and how they became the computer that we depend today. The abacus, a calculating instrument that uses beads that slide along a series of wires or rods set in a frame to represent the decimal places. It is considered to be the first calculator. The exact origin is unknown, but the Sumerian abacus appeared as early 2700 and 2300 BCE in Mesopotamia. Another calculator from the past is an astrolabe. It is an early scientific instrument used for reckoning time and for observational purposes, used to measure the elevation of celestial bodies in the sky. The earliest known reference was from around the 2nd century BCE in the Hellenistic civilization. In the 19th century, Charles Babbage conceptualized the first programmable mechanical computer. His design utilized punch cards to input instructions that the machine would carry out. In the 20th century, analog computers were developed further as they were put to work to solve complex mathematical problems. The differential analyzer is the most famous example of this and was built at MIT by Vannevar Bush in the 1920s. World War II became lead to a strong leap in computer technology as nations tried to gain upper hand over their adversaries. Computers were primarily built to calculate firing tables, to improve artillery accuracy, and to break enemy code to gain valuable intelligence. The most famous vacuum tube computer, and one considered to be a predecessor of modern machines, was the ENIAC, invented by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert. It was the first fully electronic and general-purpose digital computer. In 1947, three scientists at Bell Labs discovered that semiconductors could be used to more effectively amplify electrical signals. This led to the creation of the transistor, which paved the way for modern computing. Transistors were much smaller than vacuum tubes, used no power unless in operation, and were extremely reliable. In 1968, the general-purpose microprocessor was invented and was the first example of a computer existing on a single chip. The miniaturization of microchips allowed Intel to release a processor known as the 8080 in 1974. This was used by hobbyists to build home computers. One hobbyist was Steve Wozniak, who partnered with his friend Steve Jobs to found a company named Apple and begin selling home computers. In 1976, Gary Kindle created an intermediary between a machine's software and hardware, and this became the first operating system. In 1980, the market leader for computer was IBM, and they responded with their first personal computer, also based on the Intel 8080 processor. IBM turned to a young programmer named Bill Gates at a company named Microsoft. They convinced Microsoft to let them own the rights to its operating system. Gates developed MS-DOS, which he licensed to IBM and eventually other PC manufacturers. At Apple, Steve Jobs was inspired by the research of Xerox in the 1970s, which included computers with a desktop-like screen, mouse, and graphical user interface. Jobs borrowed these ideas and eventually launched the Macintosh. The quantum computers could signal a paradigm shift as humanity can tackle complex problems that today's machine cannot solve. A move away from silicon may reignite the pace transistor development. Computers will be crucial for us in reaching out into space and exploring the stars. They may have humble beginnings, but no matter what challenges humanity faces, the descendants of that abacus from Mesopotamia will alongside us. Supercomputers. Supercomputers are the most high-performing system. Supercomputers were introduced in the 1960s, and for several decades, the fastest were made by Seymour Cray at Control Data Corporations, or CDC. Mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are commonly called as big iron, usually used by big organizations for bulk data processing, such as statics, census data processing, and transaction processing. Mainframe computers are often used as servers because of its size and processing power. Mini-computers. Mini-computers are usually designed for control, instrumentation, human interactions, and communication. It came into the market in mid-1960s. Microcomputers. Microcomputers is a small, relatively inexpensive computer with a microprocessor as its central processing unit, CPU. Microcomputers became popular in the 1970s and 1980s with the advent of increasingly powerful microprocessors. Servers. Servers provide functionality for other programs or devices. This architecture is called the client-server model. Servers can provide various functionalities, often called services, such as sharing data or resources among multiple clients or performing computation for a client. Workstation. A workstation is a special computer designed for technical or scientific applications, intended primarily to be used by one person at a time. They are commonly connected to a local area network and run multiple user operating system. Information appliances. An information appliance, or IA, is an appliance that is designed to easily perform a specific electronic functions such as playing music, photography, or editing text. Embedded computers. Embedded computers are the computing device which are used in other machines to serve limited set of requirements. They follow instructions from non-volatile memory, and they are not required to execute, reboot, or reset. Analog. An analog computer is a form of computer that uses continuously changeable aspects of physical fact, such as electrical, mechanical, or hydraulic quantities to model the problem being solved. Digital. Digital describes electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data in terms of two states, positive and non-positive. Digital technology is primarily used with new physical communication media, such as satellite and fiber optic transmission. Hybrid. Hybrid computers are computers that exhibit features of analog computers and digital computers. The digital component normally serves as the controller and provides logical and numerical operations, while the analog component often serves as a solver of differential equations and other mathematically complex equations. That's all for this vlog. I hope that you learned something. Please don't forget to like and share this video, and also to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell for you to be updated on my next vlog.